Hey, so welcome to my second half of my Christmas catch-up vlog. Don't need to have watched the first half, but I guess it might help. Yeah, anyway, so in other news, I guess, me and Claire Dutton thought it would be a good idea to pull like this internet prank. When we were in Manchester, which I'll talk about after this, there was a photo taken of me and her kissing, not properly, obviously. I don't remember it happening personally, and I don't even know who took the photo. But anyway, when we were looking at the photos the next morning, I was like, what? Anyway, so we both changed our profile pictures to the picture of us kissing. And then, like, I just changed my profile, like, relationship status to in a relationship, because of Katie. And then, for some reason, like, me and Esther convinced Claire it would be a good idea just to change hers to in a relationship as well, so that people thought that we were in a relationship together, since we both had our profile pictures of us kissing. And like never dreamed of like the outcome of doing that, but Claire's ex, who I spoke about in like one of the original blogs, possibly the first one in fact, with the letter, breaking up with the letter, well, she's a bit of a psycho, let's just put it like that. She went absolutely mental. Like, she still was like my friend on Facebook, and she was Claire's friend on Facebook as well. And she saw it and automatically assumed, like we expected people to, that we were going out. And she was just like status updates about how she was done with her now, and like, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And then like Claire got this text message from her, like, she's got dyslexia, and it's not really that funny, but it was in this case. She was just so angry. So Claire got this text that said, "You are a hairless bitch." Yeah, that is quite funny, you have to admit. Yeah, and alongside this, like before we did this, there's like some crazy weird thing going on. Like, she's a psycho. But she had created this like fake profile of like her ex-girlfriend, Sarah, and then she would make this Sarah girl talk to her, and then they talk about stuff like sometimes to do with Claire. Oh, I don't know, stuff that, like, you know, it was obvious that she'd want people to see it kind of thing, and then, like, well, specifically Claire. Like, sometimes she'd be like, oh, I really miss Claire, blah, 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 and then sometimes she'd be like, Claire's a bitch, but she'd be talking about it with this Sarah. And then one day, Sarah, I'm going to stop doing that now, because you get that it's, like, not a real person, proposed to Beth, apparently. I don't know, if she's watching this, she's probably either going to think that she's like won, in that like we have been watching what she's been doing, but then like in another way she's not going to think that she's won, because like all she's done is actually prove how much of a psycho, crazy bitch that she actually is. There's more stuff like she's done, but like I don't think it's really appropriate to talk about on the blog, but like, yeah, stuff that like we suspect of being lies, and like to lie about the stuff that she has lied about is like totally not cool. Like, it's just taking it too far. Like, it's just stuff like you don't lie about. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, this Sarah person, not real, and like she hasn't even like made any effort to like make it realistic. Like, this person only has like one other friend, and it's her, and then like Beth, like dyslexic, like I said, like writes in this really annoying way, and like she spells hay, H-A-Y, and then magically so does Sarah, which, like, you know, small coincidence. But then she does this other thing where like she does a space before a full stop and a space for an exclamation mark, and it's just like, it's just her. Like, the writing style is exactly the same, and like everyone we've shown it to have been like, oh my god, what a crazy bitch. So yeah, I don't think I can go into any more than that. But like, I'd love to tell you like other stuff, but I probably have to get like permission from Claire, and like she's already been threatened to be like killed by Beth's family and stuff. So don't want to, yeah, don't want to get her in any more trouble basically. But crazy. Yeah, so like the other thing I mentioned was that we went to Manchester just for a piss up in Canal Street basically, and we were drunk before we left the hostel. I was hammered. And I have holes in my shoes, my Chucks, but they're like my favourite shoes, so I really wanted to wear them. And I was trying to search for some duct tape, but we couldn't find any. So in the end I ended up using like a sanitary towel and a panty liner. So I went out in Manchester with the sanitary towel in my shoe. It was raining, it wasn't like completely unjustified. And then in the other one, where the hole wasn't as bad, a panty liner. Yeah, there's some embarrassing information about me. Anyway, I was quite drunk, and in like the second pub we went to, I went to lean back against the wall thinking it was like a foot behind me. I went to like slouch back on it. It was like 3 foot behind me, so I ended up falling over. My pint went all over me and I hit my head on the wall. And Dave had his friends up from home to come out on this like crazy night out with us, and they just saw me do it, and that was like their first impression of me. Yeah, they probably didn't think that much of me, really, but I was hammered. It was 8:30 as well. I want to say it was 8:30, maybe 9, and I was there falling over, hitting my head. And then in the next pub, I thought it would be a really good idea to like dance on a table, not even a table of anyone I knew, but I went to get up onto the table. There's like 6 people around this table, and the table just like collapsed beneath me. Well, like it tilted as I went to step on it, and all of their drinks like slid off the table. And then this guy was like grabbing my arm, and he's like, "You need to pay for these drinks, you need to pay for these drinks." And I was like, "Whoa, I'm a student," which like is my excuse for everything. I was like, "I can't afford to pay for your drinks, can't afford to pay for your drinks." And then like downed my drink. Yeah, still had time to down my drink. Wasn't that worried about getting out of there. So down my drink, and then I like was like, "Dave, I've got to go." And then I went to the next pub and was, well, what I thought was the next pub, but it was actually like quite a way down the street. And was just in there drinking on my own. And then some people found me. But yeah, I cracked my phone at some point in this time as well. And then we went to Vanilla. Well, we got split up from people, I think. It's all a bit hazy, to be honest. We went to Vanilla, and Katie's friend was with us. So in the end it was me, Katie, Dutton, and Katie's friend, Rachel, in Vanilla. And then Claire went off to go dance with some girl. Then still maintains that we lost her, but I'm not getting into that again. But anyway, it just ended up in like actually losing Claire for real, and me and Katie thought it'd be a good idea to look around Manchester for her. Don't know how we thought we were going to find her, but we didn't anyway. And then there's just like drama, always drama. The next day, woken up by some naked man running around our hostel because we had to share a room that had 18 people in it. Me, Katie, and Claire shared that room with 18 other people, not 18 other people, like 15 other people that we didn't know. And he was naked for like a good hour, and then he did put some trousers on, and then got on top of me and Katie in bed, started like dry humping us, and then like they'd been playing music, and the song that was on was "Take Your Breath Away," and he was like, "I'm so heavy, I might actually take your breath away." It was horrific. It was funny. Katie was really annoyed, but it was quite horrific at the same time. Took me 20 hours to recover from Manchester though. 20 hours. I don't think I've ever been that drunk in my life. So I like to end with like a funny story, and my funny story for this time is that me and Dutton went round to Katie's house and we were watching LA Ink, and then Katie's like, "What do you think TA stands for?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you know, it's like on the wall in the shop, and like she's got it tattooed on her as well." And I was just like, "Don't you think it's like LA, as in LA Ink?" And then like when we were talking about spending New Year's together, and she was going to come down to Kent for Dave's party, she types in Liverpool to Kent, and I was like, "Kent's a county." Yeah, I shouldn't be mean to her really, and I say stupid stuff as well, like the Big Bang is when the sun exploded, and the opposite of asexual reproduction is bisexual reproduction. So really we're probably just as thick as each other. Anyway, yeah, so coming to the end of my blog now, so like this is where I say goodbye and stuff. I guess that this is it for this year, because I'm not going to do another one, let's face it. But I'm going to try and get back to like doing like weekly, but probably more likely fortnightly vlogs. For next year. Maybe that'll be like my New Year's resolution or something, like another one. So yeah. Merry Christmas from Vicky and Ivan, and Happy New Year, and we will see you in the New Year. Okay.